Mason Decker to the stage.
Thank you, Mr. V, for that kind introduction. Good morning. My name is Mason Decker, and my chapel is about nature and how and why we must protect it. My entire life I had respect, curiosity, and appreciation for all things relating to nature. My experiences with nature began at a very young age. As a baby and toddler, I preferred outdoor play to indoor play. I loved climbing trees, collecting rocks, and digging in the dirt for little critters. I would flip over rocks to find pill bugs, worms, grubs, and other things many people would consider disgusting. I was also fortunate to grow up having many pets. We've had dogs, cats, chickens, fish, frogs, and snails. I learned to take care of them as pets while also keeping in mind that they're still animals and require the freedom to act on their natural instincts to be happy. I try to put myself in their situation and treat them with compassion. I consider how I would feel if I were them and how I would want to be treated. For example, whenever it's safe and legal, we'd let our dogs off leash for them to enjoy their freedom. I know I would never want to be attached to someone else whenever I'm outside. Another example is how I bring my chickens treats like cottage cheese and corn. I love how much they enjoy it and it keeps them healthy. During our many family excursions, camping, hiking, and mountain climbing, I've learned that nature has created the best playgrounds. There's nothing more fun than climbing on an endless sea of boulders or climbing to the top of a tall tree. I've always been interested in helping wildlife. My family will stop to help a turtle cross the road safely, a bird that fell out of a nest, or injured insects like bees get to a flower. Last year, during the tug-of-war at the Greek and Roman Games, I noticed an injured moth in the middle of the field, so I moved it safely to the side so it wouldn't get stepped on. Occasionally, my family would go on trash walks to help clean up items tossed on the side of the road. These can cause serious injury or kill animals, not to mention litter is ugly and it ruins the landscape. Speaking of which, there are many ways humans are destroying our only planet. Polluting our oceans with plastics and chemicals, destroying animal habitats like forests and rainforests, causing global warming, melting out ice caps, raising water levels, and also leading to ocean acidification, destroying the coral reefs. But don't worry, I'm not going to show you images or tell you stories of the destruction of the planet, as you've probably all heard of that by now. Instead, I'm going to highlight some of the amazing innovators who are stepping up and making a difference, as well as focus on some positive changes we can make in our daily lives that can reduce the trash we create. The first innovator I would like to talk about is a project called Coral Gardeners. Coral Gardeners is a small team of people that work together to revive coral reefs using the latest technology and techniques. One common method used to repair corals is called microfragmentation, which is done by splitting alive corals into small fragments, which stimulates the coral to grow extremely fast. Once the coral fragments are nurtured and they are the appropriate size, they are then transplanted back onto dead coral reefs to reheal them. Another person I would like to talk about is Antoine Moses. He is a 35-year-old Canadian man who currently holds the Guinness World Record for most amount of trees planted in 24 hours. He planted 23,060 trees in just under a day, spending the money out of his own bank account to pay for seedlings. Now that he's become famous, he's being paid donations to continue his work. The Ocean Cleanup is another impressive team of people whose main goal is to rid the ocean of all of its dump trash, mainly the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The team creates large funnels and traps in the ocean and in rivers to scoop up as much plastic as possible. The team sets up giant filters in the rivers, picks up plastic by lifting giant fishing nets in the ocean, and recycles all of the plastic they obtain into reusable objects. So far, they've collected 35.3 million pounds of trash. And last but certainly not least, I would like to talk about the incredible team behind GoRollo. GoRollo is a bicycle wheel that can actively filter and unpollute the air as it moves. It uses the energy created by the wheels spinning to trap air, just like an air filter you would have at home. The idea is if many people have this, it would make a huge difference in air purification. Hopefully this will be the norm for all bikes, and maybe on cars and trucks too. While you may not be one of these inventors or receive any awards yet, there's still many small everyday choices that you can make to help the environment in the small way you can. Every time you purchase an item, you're faced with many different choices and have to make a decision. You may see an item that looks appealing and convenient, but you need to pause and think about how each purchase you make is affecting the environment. I very often have the responsibility of grocery shopping for my family, and I've learned to buy organic options, not to buy food with artificial colors, and to look for the items with the most environmentally friendly packaging, or better yet, no packaging at all. Sometimes when I'm out shopping, I see the most ridiculous things. Nature already has the perfect packaging for certain fruits and vegetables. For example, corn has a husk, and bananas and oranges both have peels. But for some reason, humans have taken the time to peel these items and then proceed to use styrofoam and plastic to package them again. They are packaged perfectly fine the first time around. They do this so that it's quicker and more convenient for the consumer. It shows you the amount of laziness and lack of respect for the planet some people have. Next time you're out and have to make a decision, hopefully you will think about the environment first. You can bring a reusable water bottle everywhere you go, or you can bring a reusable coffee mug if you go somewhere like Starbucks. You can choose cardboard over plastic, and you can choose items that are recycled or recyclable. The more you make these environmentally friendly decisions, it will eventually grow into a habit, and you will be making them without even thinking. Nature can be helpful to humans for a variety of reasons. It activates the part of our brain responsible for empathy and self-awareness, and it gives our brains a chance to slow down, as well as increasing concentration. It can increase your mood, reduce anger, and remind you of the simple joys in life. If you're ever feeling stressed, even just a 10-minute walk out of nature can bring your mood up. It is not only emotional benefits, however, as it is also proven to have health benefits, such as better sleep schedules and more immunity and metabolism. There are many theories as to why this happens, but the most likely reason is that humans are instinctively incentivized to go into nature to find food and water, so we are programmed to like nature. A study has shown that even a simple plant in a room can impact stress, anger, and anxiety, and 95% of humans say their mood increases when going outside. Nature takes good care of us, and we need to take good care of it. Nature can also teach us lessons. Nature can teach us resilience, like how plants can grow back from a forest fire. It can teach us that we all have a purpose, because everything in nature has a purpose. It can teach us that we should be patient, because it takes time for many things to grow in nature. It teaches us how to change, because nature is never the same and things are evolving, as well as how to take care of things, and how to be flexible, like how a plant could grow around things that are in its way. I feel because this is an important election day that when you're old enough to vote, you should keep in mind that you should vote for people who will pass laws to protect the environment. To end this chapel, I would like you to know that if I make these changes that I talked about, then it may not be making a difference. But if you all make these changes and maybe tell others to do the same, then it would be making a difference. I would like to leave you all with this quote, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world," by Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you.